So, hi. So, I've seen some people struggling to do hell on their cold sorceress, having to deal with immunities, and kind of struggling overall with finishing the last two acts in particular, Diablo and Baal. I wanted to take a bit of time to go ahead and show you how to do hell with relatively low level gear. So, in this instance, we're going to be using a spirit, a magic find gear, so we're going to be using a gemmed crown, magic find gloves with a little bit of resist, again magic find neck, magic find rings, we're using a gold wrap, some magic find boots, a rhyme shield, and a stealth. So overall, the gear that I would actually recommend, and again, I did this originally around level 66 with a ringmail stealth and a kite shield rhyme. So the gear discrepancy here using a dust shroud and a grim shield shouldn't be too significant for you. But let this just kind of be like, these are actually really powerful runewords. In fact, one of the other items I would recommend is a lore. Now in this instance, I'm not going to use a lore here just to kind of make it a little bit more difficult so that it can kind of be seen what you need to do to kind of get through this. But lore is a very great helm and I highly recommend it. It's Ort plus Sol in a 2-socket helm. It'll serve you great. With that said, our Mercenary, I'm using Talrasha's. It has a lot of life leech, using Duriel's shell and an insight cryptic. Now the insight cryptic's not super important. The insight cryptic is going to actually be it's going to provide good damage, but it's not like significantly more damage than what you would get otherwise. So it's not that big. The Duriel shell will play a bit more of a role, but the only difference that's going to be happening here is specifically just how many times you have to go to town. That's pretty much it. So to start this off, we're going to go into River of Flame. We're going to buff ourselves up with our shield, and we're going to just teleport as far in as we can. Alright, so we're inside. We're going to go ahead and make a TP just in case. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and Blizzard. The main thing that we want from our Merc is to just kill the cold immunes. Everything else will be fine. I'm using Ice Blast here in the meantime while we wait for Blizzard to do damage. As you can see, this mob here is cold immune. So we're just going to wait for it to die. And of course, you can go ahead and feed potions to your Merc if they're struggling. This is pretty much how this is just gonna work. We're gonna chill through here, just Blizzard. And again, keep in mind I am using magic find gear, so we still have the topaz crown. One thing that you can do if you're struggling, if your Merc's just like running all over the place. Oof. Low resist. I should also show that my resists are kind of low. Again, I'm doing this to... Okay, Merc, come on, dude. Alright, we're gonna play Ring Around the Rosie since it does not want to target our Merc for some reason. Okay, it was cold immune, so that, yeah, that wasn't great. We're gonna go ahead and just res our dude. And so generally that's not supposed to happen. Generally our Merc is supposed to go ahead and take the aggro, but in this case apparently not. So that was wonderful. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just continue through here. You'll go ahead and just clear all of the mobs. You can go ahead and feed. You can feed pods to your Merc by holding shift and then pressing the corresponding belt. And as I was trying to show before I was murdered, the big thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be teleporting on top of these because they run away. And with the decrepify, which is the thing that slows you, you'll be too slow. So you'll just use your character to teleport on top of them. It'll teleport your merc with you, and you'll be able to go and just kill these things a little bit faster. Of course, you could just choose to ignore them if you prefer. Depends on how comfortable you feel. If you want to take it slow, that's an option for you. Okay, so this is one of the fights that tends to give a lot of people difficulty because this mob is cold immune. But again, your merc will be doing most of the work. And again, the only difference between like a poleaxe insight and the insight that I'm using... Actually, our merc is getting a little bit low, so we're opening up a portal. Yeah, we're gonna just go heal him. Better safe than sorry. We can go and refill on our pots. And the other thing with cold immune, you can go ahead and just use static on the mob as well to just go and get him a little bit lower. And there we go. The mob's dead. Again, we're on hell, as you can see here. Pretty not too difficult. And we're just gonna go ahead and finish out the rest here. Diablo will be a little bit difficult just because of the fact that we have very low resist. I highly recommend that if you're doing this otherwise to not be wearing the gear I am. If you can like find any gear that actually has decent resist, I'd recommend it. But for the sake of this, I'm running high MF just to kind of illustrate a bit more of a fair representation. And of course, once the guy's dead, you can go and just click this. Diablo spawn and everything in the area will die. I'm going to go ahead and teleport back to get rid of this amplified damage. The amplified damage will just pretty much instantly get you killed. So best to just go ahead and go back into town. All right, we're here. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to static. Yeah, because death is very easy there. Oh no. Alright, so don't do what I just did. This is actually going to be super... Okay, it's actually not that risky because everything's dead. But yeah, remember to put a portal up. It's kind of important. You can kind of off-screen Diablo as well if you need to. And that is Diablo dead. Next, we're gonna go ahead and focus on how to do Baal. Okay, so for Baal, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. There are specific mobs that can spawn. These mobs are lightning race, and they will absolutely one-shot you. In fact, honestly, I'm going to go ahead and put my gold away because if I run it into them, what I highly recommend you do is to just make a new map. It's not worth it. Just make a new map. The mobs roll based on which mobs roll based on the game that you have. Generally, the next level is closest to where the waypoint itself is, but in this instance, it wasn't. Okay, and that was just bad luck. So we're gonna go ahead and remake the map. We might run into the race. Unfortunately, part of the reason why I like using stealth is because of the faster cast rate and the faster hit recovery, which tends to help when you run into situations like that where you teleport directly onto a mob. But in the case of the frenzy mobs, they attack so quickly, and these are the race. Which, you know what, we're just gonna... As you saw right there, I pretty much was absolutely just murdered. Alright, there is level 3. We're gonna go ahead and just make a TP. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. Little risky here. Like I said, I'd probably, if I was you, I'd also probably just go ahead and see if I had enough way to get lightning resist. Alright, so it looks like this map is actually going to be fairly easy. We do have the little minion dudes, which will fucking hurt, but all in all, it's not that bad. We should be able to get through this pretty easy because we have only about 3 mob types spawn per map. And in this case, we just get the minions, the overlords, and the spectros. There we go, there's level 4. From here, I kind of recommend just taking it slow. There are a couple of cold immune mobs. There's 2 types of cold immunes. This is cold immune number 1, the Hell Witches. And again, just like before, you can go ahead and teleport on top of them if they're running away. Gotta be very, very careful about... Oh shit, what the fuck just happened? My dude got killed.
Yes, warrior.
Oof.
How may I be of help?
Of course, we could just teleport directly in, but I like clearing the area out just a little bit here. I don't recommend standing too close to the fetishes as they do hurt if they explode. But clearing out this area will at least help you a little bit. And if you struggle with anything on Baal, you can pull the mobs out here. And again, you do have the ability to teleport onto mobs. All right, so we're now at Baal. And remind, we have 2 more. We have 2 more mobs we're gonna kill. So we're now at Baal. The mob packs aren't gonna be too bad. Nothing's actually cold immune except for the second pack. And so the second pack that spawns is a little bad, but not too bad, just because of the fact that the things that res the cold immune mobs are only immune to magic. So as soon as they're dead, it's just a matter of time with your merc. I kind of recommend getting away from Baal because he also casts the Decrepify. Decrepify is that thing that makes you super slow. Since these mobs are cold, getting both just slows you down so much. And again, we can see I'm just using teleport to bring them on top of dudes. So that's all of those dead. That's really the only stressful part, really, when you're dealing with the cold immunities. Just went ahead to heal up there, make sure we get a little more health pots. Everything from now on is going to be much more smoother. Yeah, you're probably gonna lose your merc there, just because of all those hydro spawning. You can play it a little bit more safer. I didn't. I kind of decided to just let him die. And again, as you can see, we're still using our magic find gear. Right, we're still using very low resist. As you can see, I'm negative in everything still. Alright, everything's dead. I'm gonna go buy a couple more town portal scrolls just because I am out. But yeah, soon we're going to kill Baal here on Hell. Fairly easy. And then from there, we're just going to go ahead and Blizzard. We went and static him. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and come out real quick so I can heal.
Good afternoon.
Alright, he does not want to die. Like that's, yeah, it's death right there. I'm gonna go ahead and res my merc. Just to play on the safe side here. Not lucking out too well on my Blizzard's landing. Blizzard can be pretty finicky. And there we go. All that work for a small charm. Love to see it. Alright, so that is how to do Acts 4 and 5 as a sorceress with very minimal gear. Crystal sword, 4 socket, you can get that from normal cow. 2 socket chest you can get pretty much anywhere. You should be able to find plenty of these just around wherever. Rhyme Grimshield. Grimshields are a bit harder to get, but again, I was able to do this with the kite shield. As you saw, I didn't really take too much physical damage. And again, everything else is just magic find gear. So you should, on average, have better gear than this. You should be able to find a rare that has decent resist. You should have some rare rings with resist and faster cast rate. But I wanted to really show we're only really using 3 pieces of gear here. Rhyme, for the mana regen plus 25 all res. You can go ahead and use Ancient's Pledge instead, which is Tal Ort Ral, or Tal Ort Amn. I don't believe it's in that order. But that gives you a little bit more resist. Requires a 3 socket shield though. Spirit, which is where we get our faster cast rate, faster hit recovery, and plus all skill. And then we get faster run walk, faster cast, and faster hit, plus mana regeneration from stealth. So these 3 items are pretty strong for just carrying you through hell as a sorceress. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Definitely comment if you would like to see any other classes done for hell. I'm thinking about doing Javzon next, and then maybe expanding to some of the more melee classes like Barbarian, and kind of seeing what we can do with that. Thanks for watching.